People get up every day, they do the same thing. They tell themselves they're going to change their life one day, and they never do. I'm going to change mine.
All right, let's get this started, guys. A lot of consolidation today. Talked about this zone yesterday. Let's take a look at core retail sales better than expected. Yeah, these are this is like very bullish for the currency. My thought process. I find Dixie more bullish than anything. We have this break of structure, right? Swipe the liquidity of these lows. Both external structures swipe the liquidity. Mitigation of this break of structure here that breaks this zone, which means we're going higher here. True break of structure to the upside. Mitigation here. I believe we're going to go higher at least here. And then extend, right? That means this here is going to shoot that. Just my thought process here. Even internal zones here. We'll probably aim for that. So, because of that, my thoughts are we'll probably re-mitigate around here. Internal buys. Move higher here. Today. Right? That's my thought process with Dixie. What does that mean? Realistically, to buy this would be the most dumbest thing. Even though, yes, we're in an uptrend right now, you know, we only want to be buying. It's overly valued here. Volume's running lower here too. Super bullish. See bullish volumes dying off. Bearish volume starting to pick up again. Shift in trend is coming soon. See that? So what's my thought process here with SPX? Overall, right now, just from what I'm looking at here, okay, I'm very, very confident that we're gonna get a massive retracement here. Pretty confident about it. Volume's low, specifically from this zone. Like the last couple days, volume's been very low. Usually, what tends to happen, and I'll be honest with you guys, when the impulse moves start to become smaller, the corrections start to become larger, and volume starts to die, just like it is here. You see that? The impulse moves start to become larger. I mean, the corrections start to become larger. The impulse moves become smaller. That's when a massive turnaround starts to happen. And volume starts to die off. This right here is this chart here, right? So because we're aware of that, we need to be aware that there's going to be a massive turnaround, right, in price. Warsh is speaking here in about, what is it, like 30, 40 minutes? Or speaking, we're going to see some movement for sure, especially if he's bearish in markets, or if he says anything bearish when he testifies against the Fed, right? So, let me see if you guys can hear me. Give me 1 second. Let me see if you guys can hear me. Just my thought process here. There's going to be a big correction here. And sometimes I just, you know, again, I can feel it in my gut. I'm pretty aware of that. I know that this is going to happen, right? So small turnaround. As soon as we start to see any breaks of structure here to the downside, I'm going to want to sell. Okay. I'm not going to want to buy this here. If anything, if I see any close below this zone here, I'm selling. Okay. So what I'm looking for is this. I'm looking for a break of structure below the 4 hour, because it'll signify at least we'll hit this low. Okay. I'm going to repeat that again. I'm going to say that again one more time so anybody can see what I'm talking about. As soon as we see some sort of break of structure here between this zone here, at least one close on the 4 hour, we're going to look for a correction, and then we're going to sell this here, because we know for a fact it'll at least hit this low. Okay. And then that'll be a trade to take to scalp this to the downside here, and hopefully we can ride it all the way down here. All right, to find a really good setup. And then if it even crashes more than down here, we could ride it down here, because there's nothing stopping price here, and there's not that much, maybe I would say a little bit of supply, like buying pressure, that is stopping price here, right? But the thing is like right now, I don't want to catch a runaway train. Like this is a runaway train. This is like gone. It might even go higher here, but the reality is this. The reality is we're going to want to short this for just a short period of time, and then look for where it'll slow down in the correction, and then buy again, right? So that's what we're going to want to look for, just for a good setup here. So, but we need confirmation. Right now, this thing hasn't confirmed that it's going to go lower yet. So that's what I'm looking for, guys. That's what I'm waiting for. Let's look on X to see if Warsh has said anything. Markets are so slow. They're not really moving that much at all. I don't understand. I mean, it's the season now. The season is also very slow. This is it. It's there. Let's see what he's saying right now.
Talk about is how this is a good decision by President Trump to choose Kevin Warsh. Kevin Warsh is a guy who's battle tested. He's ready for the job. And frankly, we are more likely to see more Americans experiencing their version of the American dream because Kevin Warsh will be chairing the Fed. It's time for the Fed to get back to independence. Under Jay Powell and a Biden administration, we saw a lot of climate conversation and decisions that prioritize the climate. We want to prioritize every single kitchen table in America having a Fed chair that keeps them straight and direct in mind when they're having the conversation at the Fed. What we won't see from the Democrats today is a conversation about the American dream and why it's so important for us to talk about the balance sheet of the Fed, not the balance sheet of Kevin Warsh. They'll spend too much time talking about his balance sheet and not enough time talking about the Fed's balance sheet. They'll spend too much time talking about politics and not enough time talking about an interest rate environment that is conducive for home ownership, starting a small business, and making sure that the average person in this country has more money in the economy and less money parked on the sidelines.
Interesting.
Well, I think the first thing we should
I don't know. Everybody's excited about this guy, and I to be brutally honest with you guys, I am not that excited about this guy. I think he's gonna rug pull the whole market. Why would this guy cut rates? Why would we cut rates, especially now? I mean, yes, we're having record growth on like an economic perspective right now. Not record growth, but we're growing as a society in the US. But there's no rate cuts. Right now the Fed is still, even with wars coming in, not expecting any rate cuts until potentially 2027. If we don't have any rate cuts, I expect a crisis. I think the market is pricing in that we're going to have more rate cuts by the end of this year, and I just don't see it. I personally don't see it. I see this guy rug pulling the market. That's just my perspective. I might be wrong, okay? I don't think that this guy here is going to benefit the market at all. I don't see it, and I call bullshit on Kevin Warsh, okay? I call bullshit. I see that this whole thing is going to start to pull back down, which is why I'm not going to buy SPX. Okay, I think buying SPX right now is dumb. I think this is a swipe of liquidity. I think we've hit market highs. I think the market needs to start turning around, and we're going to go back to lows that we've seen at 67 and also fill the gap at 6,600. So I think this is going to be a nice shorting opportunity. I'm waiting for this part to get hit because I'm going to sell. I think Warsh is going to hike rates. I think this right here, the Fed is never going to tell us, but they're slowly going to start hiking rates. I think that's what they're going to do. And I think Warsh is going to rug pull the market. And everyone's positive about it, but I'm negative about it because the fact that the Fed has no choice but to hold rates, the Fed usually never just pauses rates and then cuts them. They usually pause to then eventually hike. And if that's the case, okay, it's to stop inflation, right? Let's deal with this here. Yeah, I just don't. I call bullshit. I just, to be honest, I don't believe in it, and this is why I'm bearish on markets here. I'm bearish on everything. I'm bearish once we break structure. That's just kind of my thought process here. Once we break structure here, I'm gonna want to start to sell, but we need to wait for that break of structure here soon. So on ES, NQ, everything, I'm waiting for that huge turnaround. Okay, let's look at gold. Let's look at oil. 10-year yield looks like it's starting to come back here, which is also a bearish signal for markets here. The 10-year yield starts to break upwards, it's usually a bearish signal, right? So let's look at the US oil here. I mean, US oil has to fill in this gap here and then fill the gap here in order flow. So let's look at gold here. Okay, let's look at gold right now. I'm looking for a potential buy zone. I was looking at this buy zone last night, right? Thankfully, we waited till this morning. Now let's look at what happened here after the morning. Yeah, this is not good. It just broke the Asian range downward. Did it close below the Asian range? Yeah. This thing's gonna sell off. Unfortunately, it's gonna sell off. Ironically. Once you usually see a break of the Asian range, a pullback here, an extension for a sell-off. I'm just curious why price action is having this thing sell off. Oh yeah, last night. See that? Last night we had a break of structure. Before then we were still bullish. But look at this here. We had a break of structure last night. Very bearish break of structure. At 10 p.m. we had a break of structure downward here. And then another mitigation of this zone here on this lower time frame. You see that mitigation right here? Mitigation. Mitigation. A safe sell for gold would be right here. At 10 a.m. Wait till 10 a.m. See how price reacts here. A safe sell. Very safe. Just to catch it, and then I would actually hit the low maybe like right here. Intraday, like right there. Scalp potentially. See what I'm saying? And it also falls within the VWAP. Like right now would be like a safe sell. The 1 to 6 sell off right now. Just took a quick sell right now. I'm gonna try to send it into the group here.
My entire all right, I'm in sells here. Re-entry coming right now. Give me 1 second, guys. I am in gold sells, guys. So I am in gold sells. Gold sells. I'm just gonna put this here. Okay, it's gonna be a very tight stop. We can wait also. You can wait till 10 a.m. here. I'm just in some gold sells here just because I took it real quick. It looked really, really well. I'm just mitigating it here. And then as soon as I see price go lower, I might move it to break even here, but I did put some sells here on gold. 50% VWAP. I'm just looking for price to move lower here. Okay, so let's look at we'll take a look here. I just want to take a look at gold here as it's in the sells. I want to see how it closes here.
Nice swipes here. Honestly, I'm just gonna let this one ride, to be honest. Nice re-entry there for a swipe. I'm gonna let this one ride. 10 a.m. Give it some room to breathe. This is a nice 1 to 5 here, so solid trade setup. We'll see what happens. You could see by 10 a.m. a slight swipe of liquidity of a reversal. As long as we don't see any breaks or closes above this zone, we're fine. But you could see a swipe of internal liquidity here and then a sell-off. I just don't want to miss it, so I'm in it right now. Because sometimes you won't see that swipe of liquidity here. And waiting for that swipe usually is looking for like about 6 confirmations here. So I'm good for right now. But yeah, I'm in profit here, so I'm not really back and forth at broken even really. So we'll see how the rest of this gold trade hits and how it plays itself out. Let's look at also this as well. Interesting, gold futures is actually still not at that zone yet either, so super interesting. Gold futures looks like it needs to go a little bit higher here first. I love actually looking at gold futures here because it gives me a better perspective on where future price may head to. Right, both lower and higher time frame. This is a quick scalp though, so quick scalp. Depending if price moves down to 47.80, I'm gonna move my stop loss to break even here. Reason is just so I stop looking at the trade here. But I'm gonna move my stop loss to break even here soon. As soon as I see one leg of a bearish like this here, close below, I'm moving my stop loss to break even, so. Kind of what I'm looking for. Yep, coming back up. Might move here. Might break again that liquidity zone here. So just waiting on this here. Let's take a look at USD CAD as everything else starts to do its thing. take a look at USD CAD. CAD looks like it's going down. Ready to make lower lows. A lot of this has zero retracement either. Like CAD right here, for example. CAD barely retraced. Means a lot of bearish momentum here, right? It'll probably come down to this low. That's where I'm expecting USD CAD to most likely go. Move stop loss to break even here with gold. Look at gold one more time before I look at anything else here. Somebody just texted me about it. Let's see. Yeah, I mean, guys, I'm in this here, but again, like, it's going back and forth. Like, it's not really like. As soon as I see it move here, I'm gonna move my stop loss to break even. We might swipe liquidity, so just be aware of that. Okay. Let's look at GU. GU do its thing. Okay, I do have to run here, guys, and so I'm gonna cut the stream here a little bit early because I do have to do a call. I think Warsh is gonna be speaking here. The Bitcoin sells that I've called are still, I'm still in. Re-entry here on BTC for sells, just also activated right there. All right. BTC I'm still bearish on. It's actually a really good sell called out there. Hit this morning. So BTC I'm very bearish on. SPX is bearish. I'm bearish on BTC. I'm thinking BTC will make that low and we'll hit that new zone for lows with BTC. Specifically, if you look at 12-hour, 4-hour, it looks all bearish. So BTC sells still activated. Okay. BTC sells still running. And we'll go from there. All right, guys. Appreciate y'all. Love y'all. I'll talk to y'all soon.